A Hindu political group in the United States called Hindus for America First has voiced concern about Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris, and that is because of her ties with Asif Mahmood, a Pakistani-American member of the US Commission for International Religious Freedom. Mahmood has close ties with Pakistan's political leaders, and this has raised eyebrows among Indian American voters, specifically regarding how a Harris administration might approach sensitive issues like Kashmir. The organization recently released a report stating that religious freedom in India has harmed significantly in 2024, specifically around the country's general elections. The report claimed that there were increasing incidents of violence and restriction on religious minorities. According to the data, nearly 50 incidents of violence against the minority were recorded in India during the general election period. The report was harshly criticized by India, which called it malicious and claimed that it unfairly targeted the country. Meanwhile, the Indian official argued that India remains a vibrant democracy with a strong commitment to religious diversity. Meanwhile, the leader of Hindu for America First, Utsav Saduja, who supports former President Donald Trump, expressed his concern over Harris' connection with Mahmood, specifically since Mahmood is known for his involvement in Pakistani political elites. Then in 2022 alone, Mahmood co-hosted over 20 high-profile events, including fundraisers for several Pakistani political figures. In fact, a video shared by Sanduja on X shows Kamala Harris speaking at Mahmood's home in 2019. Well, in the video, she thanks him for his long-standing support, stating that he was one of the first people she called when she decided to run for president. Then in September 2024, Mahmood announced that he would co-star a fundraiser for Kamala Harris along with her sister, Maya Harris. Now, this incident has further sparked concern. Pakistan government, which has often been critical of India's politics in Kashmir, has been closely watched by Indian Americans, and many of whom fears that Mahmood's influence is shaping Kamala Harris' approach to the region. Now, if we talk about Indians in US, then even the Pew data shows that the Indian American community is one of the fastest growing immigrant group in the United States, with over 4.5 million people of Indian origin living in the country in 2023. Indian Americans also tend to be politically active, with 72% of eligible voters participating in 2020 United States election. So this means that it might affect Kamala Harris' presidential election campaign. Meanwhile, Sanduja didn't stop there. He also stated in another post that Kamala Harris is Pakistan's preferred choice this November. Indian Americans can do better. He and Hindus for America First has now officially endorsed Donald Trump, who garnered the significant support from Indian Americans voters in 2020 general elections, receiving an estimate 35% of their votes, and that is a high percentage than many previous Republican candidates. Now, as November 5th elections approaches, Hindus for America First is relying heavily on Indian American voters, urging them to support Trump and avoid voting for Kamala Harris, citing her connections with Mahmood as a risk to United States-India relations. Do let us know what is your take in the comment section below, and do follow TimesXP for more such updates.